Welcome back to the third part of this tutorial. Now let's start work with the functions, but before I can do any of those, I'm going to have to declare some variables. So let's come right up here. I want to declare the variables right underneath the let's declare it right underneath the frames, right, and the functions will be right underneath that. Let's come right down here, and this is going to become variables, right. Now the very first variables that I'm going to take care of would be known as self.student ID. Okay, let's say student ID equals string. I do have a lot of those variables to be declared, so I'm going to have to maybe speed it up. Declaring the variable shouldn't be of any problems to you guys. The next one is going to be self.firstname. There, a string self.surname. There, and self dot NI number. There. What else do we have? We have a lot anyway. Self dot, the next one I'm going to make that address. There. So I'm going to speed that up. And right there, guys, those are all the variables I need for now. If I think of all this now, since all these variables are declared, I'm going to create a function. The very first function that I'm going to deal with, let's create a function for reset. So I'm going to come in there, let's say reset, and I'm going to place that right inside self itself, enter column. So as for resets, I might as well copy every single one of my variables here. Copy that, and let's come right down here. Let's paste every one of those variables there. I'm going to get it indented, and that. Okay, and let's get this one in. De-indent this very one. Right, so this one is going to be dot set equals nothing. There. So it's easier for me. I'm just going to copy this and paste it right in here. Copy and paste. And not all of them is going to take this form. Some will be different. Right. There. However, for subject areas, variables like the subject area, I'm going to change that. Just give them, that will be core unit, because core unit is the default value. So I'm going to copy that and just change all of those to core unit. Then we can then select what we want. Core unit. And that is for every single subject. Should be 14 of those. Right. Okay, we have physics here. There. And as for parent, I can still record a core. The default value is mother. Right. And the rest is just clear. and that will take care of my reset. But for my reset to work, I have to be able to call every single function here inside each of those components. Right, that's reset taken care of. Now let's call this very reset inside the button. It's not going to do anything now. Let's go straight down and look for the button. Yeah, that's the button. And let's come in here, reset. Okay, maybe right here I'm going to say comma, command equals self dot reset. There. So that's the reset function taken care of now. Move it so that you guys can see it right there. Before I try out this reset, maybe we should create another one, and this one is going to be exit. For exit, let's come right down here and let's enter, let's call that function iExit. There. With function iExit, I'm going to enter as follows. Let's go for iExit equals, using the message box function, so click enter dot, that should be message box dot, that should be, let's enter ask yes or no. There we go. And now this will take in two arguments. The first one, I'm going to make that the name of my system, and so the first one I can just call that school management system. That's the very first argument. The second one, I'll just say confirm. Confirm if you want to exit. There. Okay, and if that is yes, if I exit is less than 0, all I just need to say root dot destroy. And we can return. There. That's another function taken care of. Alright, let's call this function within the exit button exit. That is it right there. So I'm just going to come in here and call that. Let's copy all of these and paste. And that's going to be dot iExit. So two functions are out of the way. I think I should be able to get this very one to work now. This is not going to do much. So let's run it because there's nothing in there. Let's run this one. Oh, we have an error here. That's double bracket. Get rid of one. Right. Let's see. We may have double here as well. No, we don't. Okay, let's run it again. What was the problem? Oops, look at that. And where will that be? Let's see, that should be inside address. Okay, let's search. Control F. Paste. Fine. Okay, look at it right here. Close that. It's right inside my exit. Let's make sure that there isn't any more of that. Okay, let's Oh, it's right inside my reset, so let's try it one more time. What is that now? Another one. Seems to be two of those. There's one here on the variable. I think that might be all. Save, press F5 to run. There. Okay, we're missing out something here. Even exit is gone. Okay, I'm going to still be having problem with this. I think the only way out is I'm going to have to move the function right down. Okay, because it's telling me it has no attribute called reset. And if I decide to indent it, in fact, it's going to wipe out everything. This is what, let me just copy it all. I will indent it and you guys will see what I'm talking about. The indent actually. If I run it now, you won't see anything that I've done so far. There, you see that? So I'm going to move the whole lot. So let's just cut it off. Cut and bring it right down underneath the button. Right here. I'm going to paste that right here. So all my functions will be there now. Let's see. Indent this. And let's make sure it's of the same parallel line with my main function up there. No, I think that would be the class. Yeah, okay, main function, right? Okay, let's run it now. Let's see. There we go. Now run. No, we don't want to exit. Reset. Yeah, that's fine. Supposing I enter anything in here, no, it's not going to work because there's nothing in there yet. But if I change these ones, this should work for me. We should default back to call unit. Okay, it's not working yet. I'm going to find out why. Okay, I haven't actually attached the variables. Yeah, that's another big job to do. Now let's come right in here. You see, here are my variables. This very first one, I'm going to copy that. Let's go to the widget call. There we go, that's the widget. Okay, in here I'm going to enter comma, and that will be text variable equals that. Okay, that's my very first one. Okay, it's actually in the wrong place. It's meant to be in the text box. Cut that off and just paste it right here. Yeah, on the text entry. Right. Now the next one is first name. Paste that very one in there. Let's copy all of this. And first name. And that is called first name as well. Anyway, copy, paste. Followed by surname. Surname, address, just paste it there, then we change it around. This one, what is this one called? Gender, that's gender. Okay, let's come right here. Yeah, that's fine. Paste. And this one is going to be called, and this one mobile phone. Paste, then followed by email. Okay, email is going to be email, and here we have mobile dot mobile. Then we have DOB. Is it lowercase or uppercase? That's uppercase, really. DOB. And this one is not. Yeah, they all have uppercase. Okay, now this is gender. There. Now let's come in here, address, copy, paste. NI number, paste. Then we have surname. Okay, so I'm going to try out this very first one and see how that works. Hey, let's run that. Save and run. So I will just enter whatever in there just to make sure it works. And select something here. Okay, reset. Right, that is working. Now let's take care of these. I think this is taken care of already. No, it's not. Okay, let's take care of the rest. So all of that is done. So let's go to the subject area. With the subject area, let's copy this first. English. Okay, so come right here and paste. Then English will be English. Right. After English we have games. That's English, so come right down here, that's games. Paste. And let's just change that to games. Now we have animation. Paste. Animation. Then database. Paste. Okay, so I may have to speed this up. That's mass. Add mass. Oh, right here. And finally here we have physics, and that will be for the very first subjects. Okay, let's run this and see how the very first subject is going to look like. I'm going to change all of these. Let's change them away from the core unit. And I want it all to default back to core. And reset. There we go. That's fine. So let's repeat the same thing here. So I need subjects number 2. Subject 2. Okay, paste. And change. Now let's paste all of this first before we start changing. Paste. Paste. Okay, let's come in here. Text variable here as well, and text variable here as well. There. There's not going to be enough room here, so I may have to do something. Paste. Let's press enter so that you guys can see it, else you won't see what we're working on. The next one is information technology. There's a lot of text in there. Copy. Whoa, undo that. Undo. Information tech. So copy that and paste information tech there. So I decided to name it according to the name of my components. That makes life easy for me. So you guys can do the same thing. All you just need to do is will be just copy and paste. Alright, so the next one here, where is that? That is it here. Paste. That's going to be spreadsheet. There. Object oriented. There. After object oriented, we have event driven program. Event driven. Paste that in here. And here we have data science. There we go. Okay, let's try that out as well. Run. Just change this to something different entirely. Okay. Now reset. There we go. That's fine. Now let's take care of these ones. I think I have a name for them. There's PG right in front of each of them. Okay. Right. Let's come right down here. That's first name. Okay. Let's go back down and look for parent guidance. There we go. The very next, this one is taken care of. No, it's not taken care of. This is going to be comma text variable equals there. Press enter. So that's for the very first one. And the next one, let's copy this. And that is going to be for parental guidance here. So for the parental guidance, I'm going to say comma, press enter, paste, and parent guidance. Paste that there. I think there's a variable called parent guidance. Let's see. Parent guidance. Good. Now we need, let's take care of the rest. There. Let's just copy this. Copy the text variable. Come right down here, comma, enter. I will change that around. Comma, paste, and one more here, here, comma, and paste, comma, paste, comma, paste. And this is going to be PG email. PG email. And this is going to be PG mobile. And we have TXT work phone. PG, does that have PG? Let's check out TXT work phone. Yes, it does. It does have a PG. The PG, I'm using that as the parent guidance. Okay, let's come right back here and just finish up. Parent guidance. PG, where is it? Phone, yeah. Address, PG address. PG surname. Now we have first name. There, that's done. Okay, I'm going to run that. Let's see how that's going to look like. Okay, I think I have an error. txt, no, it's not expected there. Right, get rid of that. That's it. Now run it again. Let's hope. Okay, it's fine. So enter whatever in there and see if it's gonna work. There, that's fine. And let's change this as well. That's very good. So reset function all taken care of. Now let's take care of add, delete, and update. Add, update, delete. So those ones. So underneath here we have more function. So I'm going to say update. I'm going to take care of update first. So with the update, I should be able to enter add every single information straight into or onto the database. So I'm going to call that. No, let's go back here. Push it out. And that's going to be add student. I'm going to call that underscore add student. And that's going to be right inside self as well. Now the very first one, what I'm going to do is, if any of those, let's assume the student ID, if it's empty, there's nothing in there, I want a message, and we also need names. Okay, so let's go for if self.student ID dot get. If there's nothing in there, or we don't have a name, if we don't have a name for the candidate, let's say first name, if first name is missing, dot get. And what about if we don't have the surname as well? We need a surname. Let's just copy this, paste that there. If we don't have that of surname, and enter semicolon here, change this to surname. So these three must not be empty. Okay, if we don't have any of those, I want a message box. So I'm just gonna say message box, or I can just maybe copy it right here. Copy all of these. Let's come and paste that in there. All my message box too. Okay, let it just be enter. We just need to say enter. Let's say enter correct student details. Yeah, that's fine, that's alright. Okay, alright, that's fine. And let's change an error here, change that to lowercase. Alright, that is fine. So if you don't enter anything in here, this message will pop up, else this was going to happen. We don't want the whole system to display as follows. Okay, now here comes the database one. So I'm going to call that connect, or I'm just, let's say SQL connect equals MySQL dot connect. Now host is going to be localhost because the server is inside my own system, so that's why it's localhost. Right, that's the host, comma. The next one, the root, our user is going to be root, comma. Password. My password is going to be CKYC. That's my password, comma. And the database name, that's very important, so you must remember that. If you guys can still recall the database that I created, that was known as SQLDB. That's it there. Copy that and just paste that database in there. SQLDB. Paste. Okay. Close that. Now, I now want to use cursor. So for the cursor, we can just say declare a local variable called cursor equals SQL connect dot cursor, enter parentheses. Now call or cursor dot, we would like it to execute. Yeah. And for you to execute, we want you to insert the following into the SQLDB, school database, the following values. And those values are, let's just give it an example value. I need 9 of those because I have 9. I have not recorded it all. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. Close that. Just comma there. Then we now want to say self dot student ID dot get, comma, and I just need to specify the rest of my data. The next one is going to be self dot first name. Press enter. Go right here. Save the first name. Then I have surname. Well, maybe just leave it right underneath there. Okay. Press enter and see. Yeah. And the next one will be surname. There. And after surname, I have NI number. NI number. What else do I have? Address. Enter my address there. And we have gender. We have date of birth. DOB. Then mobile. All of these are my variables that I'm calling though, so don't get it wrong. Now we have email, and that's it. So I'm going to have to close that. Right. Now, I need this. Copy that. Paste. Dot. Comments. And we also need to close. Paste. Dot. Close. Alright, and I can even add a message box saying it's successful. Come right down here and just say record entered successfully. Okay, let's say record entered successfully. Alright, that'll do. And we can just enter a title there. Oops, undo that. And that will be SMS, Student Management System. Okay, so that is taken care of. Now, okay, I'm going to call this inside my add button. Let's look for the add button here. So there we go, that's it, add button, and right here we can just say command. Let's move this in a little bit. Command equals self.add. Let's see, there's not enough room. Let's press enter. There. Okay, let me just see if it's going to work though. I'm going to run it. So let's enter student ID. Let's say ST. That's my student ID there, and the name is Tony. Tony Montana. Let's get Montana here. NI number of Montana, NI. Address number 17, Little Venice. London. And it's male. And in here, date of birth, telephone number, and email address. That will be Tony at, let's say, gmail.com. Right, now let's see if that is gonna work. Okay, it's not working. Let's see what's the error. Password. Alright, let's get the password sorted. Close that. And the password, let's go back in there. Okay, I think that's a lowercase. Right, very sensitive. Let's run it one more time. There, and let's make this up again. And the name is Tony, and that's Montana. Okay. NI. Address number 17, Little Venice. and we have male, date of birth, say 1504, there, mobile number, and email address is tony@gmail.com. Right, decision time. Whoa, we have another error. Execute. Okay. Look at the spelling of execute. Should be an E there. Alright, let's change that. Close that. Execute. Alright, there should be an E here. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully that will be the error taken care of. So let's try it one more time. Okay. And maybe I should even change this one to .show error as well. Then we can run it. Okay, let's run it again. .show error. Yep. Run. And let's try that again. Tony Montana. Address 17. Little Venice, London. Mail. Date of birth 1704 and there. Mobile number. Tony@gmail.com. Try that out. Yeah, successful. Okay, that's good. It's successful, but it's not displayed here. That's fine. Right. Okay, that's fine. And there's no error, so that's good. So let's go inside my database and right in there, come in here and refresh the whole lot. Let's come in here and just, okay, let's go back to school and open it up. Tony Montana should be there. That is Tony Montana. Look at it. So the SQL now is working. I'm going to minimize that, exit out, and let's continue. Okay, for me to be able to view the data that I have inside my SQL here, this is the data. Minimize that. Okay, I'm going to write a function right underneath here. I'm just going to call that function a simple name. Let's call it view data. And view data itself, what I want the view data to do, I'm just going to copy this here up to here. Right, copy that. We'll change that anyway and paste it right in here. In this case, I want it to select. So select instead of insert, that will be select from. We'll select all from. That is school DB is very one. Select from school DB and close that. There. Now I'm going to now enter, let's say rows equals cursor dot fetcher, so which means fetch the data. Okay, enter parentheses, and if len roll equals 0 or not equals to 0, then that means we have something. There we say student dots delete, self dot delete student records. Right, students underscore records dot delete, and that will be all self dot student records. Let's copy that, paste that here. Dot get underscore, make that a child. There we go. And we then use a for loop for, let's say, roll in rows except the student we want you to insert. Copy, come right down here, paste. I will want you to insert dot insert up to the end, comma, and comma values equals rows, and we say SQL con dot comments and SQL counts dot close dot close. There, and that's all. So we should be able to call this. I'm going to call this inside here. Let's go up here, let's call it here, right inside the function add student details. Call that in there. Okay, that's meant to be self really there, and we also need to call it right here. I'm going to copy that, call it right underneath the table itself. Go right up here, the table should be somewhere here. There we go, that's the table. Come right down, paste. Okay, I think that should do it. So I'm going to run it and let's see, run. And there we go, guys. Those are the data that I have on my database. So let me show it to you again. Tony Montana's data right here. Okay, so that's fine. I didn't include any of the subjects and so on. You guys know what to do now. You can always include that if you want. I'm just going to leave it as that of just the student details alone. So one other thing I want to be able to do is, now this is working, but these two are not doing anything yet. I want to be able to edit or delete whatever data I don't want, and I also want to be able to click and add all the details here so that I can edit. So I'm going to end it, and let's go straight to our function again. And right underneath here, let's declare this function. I want to call it learner info or learners info. Let's say info, yeah, and let's say comma evaluate there. Now I'm going to declare a local variable. I call that view info and this view info equals self.student records. I want you to get focus on that. Copy, paste, dot focus. Alright, so let's declare another local variable, learner data, or yeah, let's call it learner data. Learner data. In the case of learner data, I'm going to say equals self.record.item that is going to be view info. Okay, the whole idea is for us to be able to click on any record on the table and display it on each of the components or on each of the widgets. So I'm going to say row equals learner data, and the learner data is going to be value. There we go. And now let's enter the learner data in there. The very first one is the student ID. Okay, let's copy this. Student ID. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Let's just copy all of this and paste it there. Here, copy and paste it right here. There we go. And change this around. So the first one is going to be row. So just making sure that row is there, and the second one and so on. Copy and just change all of this around. We are almost there now, guys. Yeah. Okay, this is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There. And that's all there is to that. I'll now call this very learner info right up there. So copy this. We have to call it inside the table itself. So take it up there and let's get it bind right here. There. Okay, that's the name of. I'm just going to paste the name in there so that I don't forget. So now I need to call student record.bind. Copy, paste, dot bind. Open up a bracket, and right inside the bracket is going to be space mark. When the button is clicked, release. Button release. And what do you want me to release? That is -1. Release the following. Okay, let's enter greater than and equals to there. Greater than and less than. Okay, what we want you to release is going to be whatever information we have in here. Cut that off, and that is going to be self dot learner info. There. I'm now going to run that. Let's have a go at it and see how that works. Let's make sure there's no error though. Run. Click on OK. So let's see now. Right, and click on the data we have in here. There we go. It's working the way I want. That's fine. So we can even add another data in there. So let's come in there and just change this around. and the name is going to be Paul. Let's come in here, enter open, and change that. And address of Paul is number 1 Ghost Town, London. Mail, and change that to right. Mobile number 07 whatever, and you can add that as well. There, look at that, successful. Okay, just 2 other things left now. We need to be able to update and delete. So we're gonna have to speed up the update and delete because of time. We're running out of time. So let's exit out. Okay guys, I just had to speed up the whole process because of time. In fact, I have run out of time already. Okay, that's for the updates. Okay, and right underneath there are the codes for delete. So have a good look at them. Right here, the update, you might not be able to see the rest of the code. Let me just press enter there so that you can see it. That's the rest of the code. Okay, let's go back there so that you can see it properly. That's it. Oh, I'm just going to kind of like reduce the font a little bit so that you guys can see that. I'll give it 10. Alright, that's all of the code. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too small. Let's see if we can increase it a bit more to 11. Alright, let's apply. Okay, 11 seems a little bit much better. So that's updates, the lines of code for update. The only thing that might be strange to you guys, I don't think anything is strange in there apart from, even this is not strange. That's where I call my database. Okay, I've added it straight, I've added a cursor into it, and here this is the only strange bit for those who are not used to MySQL. But that's the SQL statement to update from student, from school ID, the following names or the following columns. Okay, names, surnames, NI number, address, gender, date of birth, mobile number, email, where your ID, your student ID is. That, okay, with the question mark there, $S for student, and that is the where we're going to get all of those information from. And the next thing is we have to comment it. Okay, commit it, and we also have to close it and get this display data. See this reset, I may not have to use this reset. I'm just going to comment that out for now. Let the reset do its own thing. And inside delete, when I delete, I want it to reset as well. Maybe the reset should do its own thing as well. Well, it's left to you guys. You can leave the reset back on, and that's it. Okay, take a good look at the reset, and there. So let's run the whole program and just see. We take it from there. So we go to run. All right, there, guys. You can select. Now let's create a duplicate to check if the delete works. Just enter some value in there. And I'm going to add, and that means we have duplicated Paul in there. Let's delete. Okay, that's now working. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it is working. It is working because I have to refresh. it is working. The other problem, the problem is I haven't actually added this onto my buttons. So let's end it. Let's come right here to the buttons. So right here I was meant to call the very command, so that is supposed to be self.delete. Copy that and paste it right in here. Okay, command equals self.delete. Delete db. I'll call that db. Okay, that is for the, as for that, I think it's uppercase though. Yeah. Now the other one is update. Enter a comma there, paste, and update is going to be, I think I just call it update. Update, that will be self.update. Right, there should be a dot here as well. Okay, let's hope that's it. That is there, this is there, and it's all there. Command for add, command for update, delete, reset, and exit. So let's run it. Okay, we have an error. And what was that? It has no self. Okay, let's see. Oh, double self. Let's go back in there. Where is it? There we go. Delete that. Come on. Run again. And there we go. Select poll. We have double poll. Delete. Yes, it's working. Okay, let's say we want to update. Let's try and update Tony's details. I'm going to update his NI. Right, and update his date of birth, make him a younger guy. There. And telephone number. Okay, and that's it. Update. There we go. Date of birth, telephone number, and NI all updated. That is fine, guys. It's working, and you guys can do whatever you like with these. This will be your own homework. Get that done. Just add this straight onto your database and call it there. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. So this is for Daddy Montana. So please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. Okay, there's a lot of benefit for you guys if you're a member of the channel. And here, let's just update that as well. Update. Where is telephone number? Let's make that the same. Okay, guys, I'm just going to call it the end of this tutorial. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now. Bye.